We're up to part 4 of our conversation with former Boston drummer Jim Masdea. This is Rock History Music. Again, a disclaimer, because we're getting a lot of buzz for this series. Jim contacted me a few months ago, wanted to give his side of the story on creating those early Boston songs. We're not picking sides, I'm just asking questions. Tom Scholz is more than welcome to come on this channel and to tell us his side of making that Boston sound. Here's Jim Masdea. As you know, I just talked to Barry Goudreau and I asked him, when's the last time you talked to Tom? And he had said a long time. What about you?
Long time too. Back 2007 for Brad's tribute show. I had just moved to China. They had gone to China April 1st, and I got contacted by them because they wanted to do the tribute show. They wanted to have all the players. So I ended up flying back for that show. And again, probably didn't talk to him much because Tom is Tom. So, but I was there, I did the show. You were asking about announcing, introducing people. At that show, he basically forgot to announce me. He brought out all these other players who are just workers who have nothing to do with writing the music. Then finally, he's like, I'm waiting to be brought on. He's brought everybody else and he's ready. He goes, oh, and that's probably the last time I talked to him.
What about your relationship with Brad? Tell me about Brad. I mean, that must have been a strange evening, having to say goodbye to someone you never thought you'd have to.
Oh, I know. It's funny. Again, I was getting ready. I had a tune I wanted to do called Stonecutter, and I was going to call Brad to have him work on it. He had worked on a song of mine years ago, back in when I had my house in Watertown, a song called Sultan's Queen. I can't find it now. I think I've lost it. And amazing, and his voice. So, and Barry did the solo. Barry did the leads, not for me. And then it was like I was ready to do some stuff, and I was going to contact him, and then he did it. And I, for a while, I blamed myself, saying, Jesus, if I only called him up, maybe I would have broken his mood, and he was, let's work, and got excited about something. But again, you can't blame, you can't blame yourself for that stuff. But so other than that, that's the last time, memories of him, again, were always, the guy had the most dry humor, and he was a Beatle freak to the last second, Every rehearsal we had, it always ended on Beatle tunes. Doesn't matter what we were working on. The last 2 or 3 songs were Beatle tunes. And Brad knew every lyric and every vocal part of every Beatles song ever written. And I told my friends, I said, listen, Brad is better than the Beatles. Because when he did Beetlejuice, each singer, if it was Lennon, McCartney, Harrison, even Rick, he sounded exactly like them, only better. Because he is truly the best singer in the world.
Do you know if he ever met them? Do you know if he ever met any of them?
I know he something years later, I think he went to like a McCartney show or something. I don't know if he got to meet him, but I think he may have gotten a gift from someone. Someone may have sent him a crisp, something like that. But Brad, again, Brad wasn't a trained singer. He imitated them, and he developed a great pop vocal, because with pop singing, you sing lower register, but then like classical singing, they have a falsetto, but it's a distinct. They're going, and they hit the falsetto, they go into this falsetto. Pop style, you mask it. You sing lightly in the lower register, and as you get up into the higher register, you're kicking harder, and you get higher range, and you don't really hear the cross. You make the falsetto sound, you're making the full voice sound a little like falsetto a little like not, so it kind of blends it. So Brad developed that ability by just, because that's what they did. And they were so good. And then he's better because, again, he just had a better natural talent. His quality of his voice, I said this up a number of people. Steve Perry is closest, I think, to Brad, whereas their quality of their voice was more important than anything. Whereas someone like Freddie Mercury or Steven Tyler, the quality wasn't there. They were showmen. And so part of it, their showmanship, and then they had height, but they didn't have good quality throughout their range. So no one really comes close other than those two guys, as far as I'm concerned.